Hey, what is up guys? I'm your boy Nick with Pick MMA. In this video we're going to be going over the full card breakdown for LFA 173 Fernando versus Bekoev. Fernando is coming off that disappointing performance on Dana White Contender Series where he took on Cesar Almeida, the former Glory kickboxer. Let's go over the full card breakdown, guys. We have two title fights on this card, so this is going to be premiering on UFC Fight Pass on Friday around 10 p.m., which is pretty late, but is what it is, I guess. Let's go over the full card breakdown, guys. First fight on the prelims, we have Taha Bendaoud taking on Shad Walters. And I haven't really been impressed by Shad Walters all that much. Taha Bendaoud, I watched his last fight. That was a very close fight. He does have some good fast striking, got some nasty head kicks. He's only 20 years old. Both of these guys are 20 years old, so pretty young for the game. Both of these guys are. But I do think, what's his name? I do think Taha Bendaoud probably can get this done. He's got a little bit better technique when he throws his hands. He's got some nasty head kicks, so he's training out of Syndicate MMA. And he's going to be the taller guy here, a little bit bigger. He's got the bigger size here. So I'm going to be picking Taha Bendaoud here by a close decision. But I don't know if I'll be betting on this one. This is going to be a really, really close fight. I think it's going to be a back and forth fight. Shad Walters can get taken down. I do think Taha Bendaoud can time some takedowns on him. Maybe get some control time. But even on the feet, I think it's going to favor mostly for Taha. This fight's mostly going to favor Taha, even if this fight stays on the feet. And I do think he can just win by 29-28 close decision. So the pick is Taha Bendaoud by decision. Next up, we got Pat Jones taking on Shane Shapiro. And I'm going to be picking Shane Shapiro here. He's got some good wins. Hasn't really fought the best level competition since going pro. But he's got some wins in the grappling. He beat guys like Bobby Green, got a knee bar in the first round over Bobby Green at UFC Fight Pass Invitational where they have grappling matches. Then he grappled Andre Fili, who's another UFC fighter who's fighting on the UFC 296 card. He got a north-south choke on him too. So like submitting these two guys, that's a really good look for him. That tells you how good his grappling really is. And the amateurs only lost to Jordan Levitt by a close split decision. So no shame there, but everyone else he's beaten. So I'm gonna pick him here. I don't really know too much about Pat Jones here. He lost by two. The only legit fight that he had was 8 years ago, and then he lost that fight to Caleb Powell by unanimous decision. Other than that, he hasn't really fought in over 3.5 years. I think the LFA is trying to set up Shane Shapiro here for another win, and I'm gonna pick him by submission first round. Next up, we got Tyler Jones taking on Ilay Barzilay, and I'm gonna be picking Ilay Barzilay here. Tyler Jones is coming off. He's fought in Anthony Pettis FC, and he's fought on LFA back to back, coming off two knockout wins back to back. And I like the activity for him, but getting grappled by a 5-2 guy, not really a best look there for him. Give up a triangle choke there. But this fight stays on the feet, man. Probably gonna favor Tyler Jones. He's got some nasty hooks on the feet, but he's not training out of a really good gym. He's training out of Intercept MMA. I haven't really heard of them before. I like Barzilay here. He's training out of Syndicate MMA with some UFC fighters over there. Really good coaches over there, training with guys like Clear Roundtree, who we just saw last week get the knockout win over Anthony Smith. So their team's doing really good work, and I think Barzilay can maybe get a close decision win. He's went to a split decision against James Pleasant in LFA 3 months ago. So I do think this fight's going to be back and forth. We're going to see this fight go the distance, and I'm going to pick Barzilay by decision here. Next up, guys, we got Ronny Hauser taking on Eduardo Penha. And I'm going to be picking Eduardo Penha here. I think he's a better fighter here. He's got good grappling, good submission game on the ground. He's got good understanding of positions on the ground. And Ronny, man, he's coming off some losses in Titan FC to Jonathan Ortiz, where he got a split decision loss. But he's coming off back-to-back wins in Anthony Pettis FC, where he's got 2 decision wins. Not really the best to look when you're fighting these lower-level guys. You want to see them finish these fights. So I'm going to pick Eduardo Penha here. I think he's the more dangerous guy. At least he's finishing these lower level guys. So I'm going to pick Eduardo Penha here by submission. Next up, guys, we got Mean Olean taking on Trent Miller. And I'm going to pick Trent Miller here, but it's not a fight that I'll be betting on because Mean Olean, man, this dude's got a tall, big frame for the weight class. He's 6'3", at fighting at middleweight, man. So he's gonna be much taller. But I like Trent Miller that he's training out of Extreme Couture with some good coaches over there. So they're gonna have a good game plan for him. I'm probably sure he's gonna go for some takedowns here. But he's got some nasty power in his hand. Knocked a couple of people out, and he knocked out a guy in CFFC, Cage Fury FC. And he's been fighting really. He's been staying very active. He's fought 4 times in the last year or so. So I really like that for activity for him. And I think as long as he doesn't stay on the outside, I think he can get this win. And I think he can maybe get a knockout here too. But I'm going to say decision. I don't think we haven't really seen Mean Aline get knocked out in the past. But he's got knocked out in the amateur. So I will pick Trent Miller by knockout. Because you don't know how Mean Aline's durability is going to be. So Trent Miller by knockout is the pick, guys. Next up, guys, we got Jordan Harris taking on Aupuni Pagaoa. And I'm going to picking Aupuni Pagaoa here. I think he's a pretty legit prospect. He's been fighting in LFA for majority of his career. He hasn't fought in 5 months, but he got a knockout over a 5-2 guy, which is a good look. And this guy hasn't fought in almost 2 years, but he's got some good wins. And he's made his LFA debut, picked up a win over 3-0 guy. But I'm going to pick Aupuni here. I think he's a legit prospect. But I don't know much about him. He hasn't fought the best level of competition out there, but he's at least fighting better guys than Jordan Harris. I'm going to pick him by maybe a knockout. This guy's been finished by a rear naked choke in the past, but that was back in 2014, so in the amateurs. But since going pro in 2015, he's only had like 4 fights. Hasn't fought in over a year, like almost a year and a half. I mean, he's had 2 canceled fights, but he's got some fights in Fist of Fury, I guess, Fight Night Championship, coming out that win over Kevin Fernandez, who's 7-1. So he's got some legit win, man. The last guy that he beat is pretty legit, 7-1. So he could definitely get this win here, man. But I'm gonna pick the guy that's been staying more consistent, that's been fighting, that's been a little bit more active here. I'm gonna pick Pony by decision here, guys. Pony by decision, I think. Next up, guys, we got Sarek Shields taking on Alfonso Leyva. And I'm gonna pick Alfonso here, man. I think he's the better striker here. He got knocked out by leg kicks by Chris Brown, but Chris Brown is a good LFA fighter. Chris Brown's got some nasty leg kicks, got some nasty kicks. Chris Brown's got some nasty. He throws a lot of feints out there, so it's hard to predict what Chris Brown's gonna throw. Chris Brown's got some good wins, man. Losing to Chris Brown by knockout, not much of a shame there, but it was in the first round, so I don't think he's gonna get leg kicked here. Chris Brown's got a 6-2 record in LFA, so he's not losing to some cans or anything. But I'm gonna pick Alfonso here. I think he can maybe touch him up on the feet as long as he defends the takedown. But if he doesn't defend the takedown, he can definitely get out grappled and maybe give up a submission. But I do think he's gonna be able to. He's strong enough to keep the fight on the feet, and I do think he can maybe find a knockout here. So I'm gonna pick Leyva by knockout here, guys. Next up, guys, we got Aireon Tavarres taking on Mitch Ramirez. And Mitch Ramirez is coming off that loss to Carlos Prates, who's a UFC fighter now. He was on the Dynamite Contender Series 2 months ago. So he hasn't really taken enough time off after taking the damaging loss to Carlos Prates. We did pick Prates by knockout there, and we bet on Prates by knockout, which was plus 100, I think. But man, this is not going to be an easy matchup for him. They're trying to build up towards here. Another undefeated fighter who's 31 years old, getting into his prime, got a tall, long frame, training out of Extreme Couture. And Mitch Ramirez training out of Syndicate MMA, man, but he's gonna have to get some takedowns to win this fight, and I just don't think he's gonna get those. I just don't think he's gonna time those takedowns or get those takedowns. But this is a legit fight for Tavarres here, guys. This is a legit step up in competition. But I'm gonna go with Tavarres here. I think he's gonna be the better striker. I think he's gonna hit a little bit harder, and I do think he's gonna find a big shot on Mitch Ramirez. But if Mitch Ramirez gets his grappling going early, I definitely could see him locking something up on the ground. But I think he's gonna have a hard time controlling Tavarres on the ground. And I'm gonna go with Tavarres here. I think he's the more explosive, athletic guy here. So most of the people are picking Ramirez here, and it makes sense. He's fought in the Dynamite Contender Series, fought against much better level of competition, has a knockout win over Jeremy Holloway, 10-5 guys. So I guess why people are picking him. He's got some good wins over some good fighters. But I think Tavarres is a legit prospect, guys. So I'm gonna pick Tavarres by knockout here. Next up, guys, we got the co-main event of the evening, guys. Hit the like down below if you guys haven't yet, and let's talk about the co-main event of the evening now, guys. So Co-main event time, guys. We got the women's strawweight LFA championship on the line now. So we got Natasha Kuziutina taking on Giovanna Canuto, and Natasha's a judoka, Olympian in judoka. She got some medals in Olympic medalist in judoka. I mean, but when she's not able to get the early submission wins, when she's not able to dominate the fight on the ground, she's not really a good striker by any means. And I do think Giovanna is a better striker here, and I think she can stay safe even if she gets taken down early here. I'm gonna go with Giovanna Canuto here. I think she's gonna be a little bit better. I think she can defend the takedowns and outstrike her on the feet. She's got good enough grappling of her own. She's got some wins by submissions in LFA. And I'm gonna say she's gonna be the one winning minutes here, so I'm gonna go with Giovanna Canuto here by decision, guys. Next up, guys, we got Azamat Bekoev taking on Fernando, and I'm gonna go with Azamat Bekoev here. I didn't really like what I've seen from Fernando last time around. He's the LFA middleweight champion as of right now, but that fight against Cesar Almeida, he was over 2-1 favorite to win that fight, and he completely dropped the ball. I mean, look what he did. So this is what happened in the fight, guys. He completely dropped the ball there, guys. He got outstruck badly, guys. He only landed like 28 significant strikes and got outstruck by more than half by Cesar Almeida, who's a legit glory kickboxer. But even when he got the takedowns, he got 2 takedowns in the fight, I think, and didn't really do much with the takedowns. Yeah, he got 3 out of 10 takedowns, so his takedown percentage was really bad. He got a submission in 10, but couldn't get the submission off. And then Cesar Almeida reversed the position and just controlled him for 6 minutes almost, and outstruck him in the second and third round. And he absolutely gassed out in the second and third round. I think Azamat Bekoev is a legit prospect, guys. He's got some legit wins in the amateurs. He beat a guy who's in PFL now, Magomed Umalatov. Magomed Umalatov is 5-0 in PFL, training out of American Top Team, and Magomed Umalatov has some crazy power, man. And look at these wins that Magomed Umalatov has in the PFL. And that's his only second loss he lost to Ramazan Kuramagomedov and lost to Muhammad Berkamov. And like, this guy's been fighting legit competition in the amateurs too since going pro. He's done really good. He's got 3 losses since going pro, and that was to Magomed Drosul, who's 19-2, fighting in ACA Russian promotion. And then his only other loss was to Ibrahim Magomedov, who's 12-2, another really good ACA prospect. And then his other last loss was to Rafal, where he got kind of submitted there in the third round to another Polish guy who's done really good in ACA. So all of his losses are by close split decisions, except this one. But I do see him winning here. He's undefeated in LFA, 2-0, and I think he's gonna get it done here, guys. I think he's gonna get a decision win. I don't think this fight's gonna be all that entertaining. I think Fernando might win the first or second round. I have seen Azamat Bekoev get dropped in this fight against Dylan Budka, but he was able to gather himself back up. He has showed good cardio there, mixed in some takedowns, and I think he's gonna win this fight, guys, by decision. So I got Azamat Bekoev by decision. So those are the picks, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Let me know what you guys think about the picks down below, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. I'm more than likely gonna be going live for this card, so join me Friday around 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. when the prelims start. We're gonna go live and we're gonna enjoy the fights together. And I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Now I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Thank you for watching the video, and I gotta go upload this video now. I don't want to make it longer than 15 minutes. It's already 13 minutes. So take care of yourself, guys. I hope you guys best of luck on all your bets. And the odds are not out yet for this card, but once the odds drop, I'll probably give you guys some good bets on this card. So leave a comment down below who you guys are picking in the main event and the co-main event. The comments and likes really help out with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate you guys, and drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys appreciate these LFA breakdowns. And I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Best of luck on all your bets, and take care of yourself and enjoy the holidays. Merry Christmas, guys, to you guys. Later.